Go Fruit Yourself hats. I think we've got them at the Cafe Press. Check out the website for more details. Pretty cool little hats. Anyways, I was with a mate today, Dan, and we were having a chat, and he was saying it'd be good to see some more videos about giving people some options when you can't get enough fruit. I mean, I've just had that whole blender full. That was like here with just a little bit of water. I laid it with like about 300 grams of raisins. So that's about almost 1,000 calories in a stacked tin, probably 20-25 medium-sized bananas. So it would have been easy, 2,500 calorie smoothie, maybe 3,000, but we'll say 2,500 so that I can eat more later on. You always want to underestimate your calories so you get to eat more calories. You don't want to overestimate and think, well, I put a lot of fuel in, but you haven't put enough in. So you always want to underestimate your calories. And that way you get to eat more and you got more fuel to fuel your life. Always underestimate how much you've eaten so then you can squeeze in more. So that's the whole blender jug. And I was thinking, like today I went to my friend's fruit shop and it's like one of the best fruit shops in Australia because I just got to be where the fruit is. And I'm there and I'm inside and I go, wow, these grapes are good, but there's only a couple of ripe bunches and some of the figs are there. So there's only like a couple of handfuls. And this is like an awesome shop. This is like a serious fruit shop. And I'm just thinking, man, like I've got all day to look for fruit. I've got all day. I work online, so when the computer opens up is when I start work. I choose my own hours. If I want to take 6 months off, I'd do that. But I've got all day to look for my fruit. And I was thinking, what about all the people who work 9-to-5 jobs, they've got family, like kids, they're living in the country or whatever, or they just, go. How do they find enough fruit? And I was like, that's pretty freaking tough. It's fucking tough. And myself and Freely, we base our lives around living in areas where we can hit the fruit because we're fruit addicts. We're like heroin addicts. I mean, we look like heroin addicts, how lean we are, but we're so addicted to fruit. The sugar, we're sugar junkies. We're fruit sugar junkies. I mean, when you get good quality fruit, you become an addict. You become an addict. And I just can't imagine myself living in an area where I can't get my sugar fix daily. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So I just put myself where the fruit is. And I understand that a lot of people knew this lifestyle, so that packing everything up and moving to a place can be fucking hard to do. Especially if you've got a family or your business or whatever. And that's why I recommend people the backup starches, as the recommendation. I mean, for years I never gave people this option because I was like, this is just how it is. And I thought, well, I can do it, anyone else can do it, which is true as well, yeah. But I want to be realistic. I want to be realistic because not everyone lives my lifestyle, and that's cool. But not everyone lives my lifestyle, so I've got to be out there in the real world and go, well, actually, what can people do? I was at my friend's fruit shop today and I'm watching everyone buy all their food. And there was 4 boxes of bananas out the front. And my friend Clint's like, they're $5 each, Harley. Do you want them? So I'll take the lot. There was 114 pounds of bananas. Nice and spotty and right. And I'm like, I'll buy them all. I just grabbed them like a junkie on a little H-bomb. I was just onto those bananas. The reality is, if you gave me $10,000, alright? If you gave me $10,000 and said, Harley, I want a right box of organic bananas now. 10 grand for every single box you can find me. It's going to take me all day to find them, and I cannot guarantee you I'm going to find a box of ripe organic bananas. So if you've got a family of 5 and you're doing the banana thing and you live in Australia, you're fucked. I'm just going to say that. You're fucked unless you've got some system, some strategies in place where you can get your bananas and just keep them going. I know Doug Graham and his wife Roz, they have the bananas on their stairway, so they always buy bananas and just on each step they have bunches of bananas just ripening up and just rotating that all the time. So they've got the organisation in there. So it's just about having a strategy to set yourself up. In Australia, it's a lot harder because we don't have the fruit abundance like you have in the US or in England. And people go, what? That's not true. Australia is some tropical paradise and the kangaroos, they deliver your bananas for you. And if the kangaroos take a day off work, the koalas climb down the tree and hand you the bananas or the persimmons or the mangoes. Isn't that right? I thought that was right. No, not at all. Unfortunately, we could grow the best fruit in the world in Australia. I've tasted some of the best fruit that come in Australia, but it's like I've got, you know, $1,200 in my wallet right now, and I can make phone calls, but I can't get any fruit delivered here because that fruit is so rare and it's seasonal, and it's like depending on what's going on and quarantine and stuff. So it's really hard to get good fruit in Australia. Even the fruit juice in the supermarket is crap compared to Thailand or the US. And the US is a killer place to live if you're into fruit. So the US definitely a lot easier to be a fruit bat than Australia. So I want to make a video to let people know that if you can't get enough fruit, then load up on your starches, your potatoes, your rice, your millet, your quinoa, your amaranth, your oats, your barley, your legumes, whatever carbohydrate starch works for you. Keep it low fat, low sodium, vegan, and there's plenty of recipe books like Dr. Esselstyn. This one here's got plenty of recipes. You've got Dr. McDougall, you've got Neil Bernard over here. These books are full of great recipes, so if you're running out of fruit, don't fucking starve yourself, okay? This is the 2,500 calorie dinner. And all I did today was a 10 minutes of running around a track at some running stadium. So all I did today was just have fun. Have fun. But then people say, but Harley, I can just make like a low carb, high fat, raw version of a high carb, low fat, vegan, cooked version. I can like make mashed potatoes out of macadamia nuts and cauliflower, which has got like 150 grams of fat per serve versus a kilo of potatoes, which has less than 1 gram of fat. So you eat the macadamia raw cauliflower potato mashed potato recipe, 150 grams of fat recipe. You eat that, you feel like you got lead in your legs the next day, and your emotions are just like, because your serotonin's just not getting produced because you don't have enough carbohydrates in your diet. And then you have to buy the Raw Emotions ebook, and then you have to do the colonic because the macadamia's turned into a brick in your colon. You need to flush it out with a 4 gallon of raw water. And that's what that cycle goes on. A lot of the people in the raw food movement have demonized the fruit, or they've demonized the starches so they can sell you the raw food packaged diet lifestyle, the fad stuff, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to name any names, but you know what I'm talking about. They demonize the humble banana. They say, don't eat the banana, eat the raw cacao bar. Don't eat the baked potatoes that cost you 20 cents. Buy my complicated gourmet recipe book that's going to take you fucking 15 hours to make a little bowl of food, and even then it's carbohydrate deficient, blah, 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 blah. So there's plenty of people making money on newbies, on ignorant people, and some of these people are just sincere, they just don't know, or they've got their own food phobias or whatever going on there, and some of them damn well know what's going on. They're like, rolling in the cash. And I think that's lacking integrity, personally. That's definitely lacking integrity. So don't try and recreate high-fat, low-carb recipes, raw food recipes of your favourite high-carb, low-fat dishes, okay? Because it's going to fuck it up. Don't eat macadamias when you want potatoes. Have potatoes. Better yet, have fruit. But failing that, potatoes are better than macadamias. Because macadamias are too fatty, they're too greasy, they're carb insufficient. Macadamias are okay a few times a year, but if you're having them instead of potatoes when you need some carbs, you're going to fuck up. You're going to be one of those flailing, floundering raw fooders that only last a few months in the lifestyle. Meanwhile, they spend thousands of dollars with such and such on their website, or do the such and such as retreat on emotional kundalini healing or whatever, when all they need is some fucking carbohydrate refeeding for a week, and then they're like, wow, all my emotional bullshit's just disappeared. Must have been the carbs. Definitely it was. It's not the freaking magic spells or whatever you paid $10,000 to do. Just saying. So remember, a high carb, low fat, vegan, whole foods meal is better than a high fat, low carb, raw meal any day of the week. Any day of the week. I mean, if you just have it once in a while, that's alright. But when people at night time go, wow, I want some pasta. I'm not going to eat fruit because Dave Wolf says bananas are bad for you. So I'm going to have a pasta made out of zucchini, cashews, and like really, really raw cashews. Make sure you buy the $80 a pound ones, because they got the best profit margin, even though they come from Indonesia for like 50 cents a pound. Yes, they do. But have that recipe with like 0 carb. Then when you're freaking out and you need something sweet, have the raw cacao bar afterwards. And then when you're totally fucked the next day, have the cacao pick me up with the maca and blah, 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 blah. When your libido just totally goes through the floor because your carbohydrates just aren't there for your testicles, have some more maca. And when you're fucked in the head from being glucose exhausted for too long, do some more chakra balancing, whatever courses, you know, just distract yourself from the real issues at hand. Carbohydrate insufficiency. And all these people who go, oh, but it's all, my quality of life is all about the number on the scale when I wake up in the morning. It's like, get a fucking life. Oh, well, for me, it's all about I've got a 12-pack instead of a 6-pack. Like, oh, get a fucking life. Oh, like, I did a body fat measurement, skin caliper with my personal trainer. I know it's really inaccurate, but I'm worried about the numbers. Get a fucking life. Basically, get a fucking life. If you're into this purity shit where you're trying to fucking starve yourself to reach some unrealistic goal, I can't help you. Click unsubscribe and go watch someone else's channel. I'm here to tell you the real information and give you strategy so you can be fit and trim for life versus some crash diet that makes women look like men and men be a bit nutso. So definitely don't starve yourself ever, please. Don't starve yourself. Don't email me and say, oh, you know, I tried to do the fruit thing and I ran out of calories and so I ended up eating Snickers bars and Mars bars and milkshakes. And I'm like, that's shit food. There's always a better option than that. You can always get some potatoes or some rice or go to the freaking Chinese place with a Tupperware container, get them to fill up some rice and go to the supermarket and get some salsa and ketchup, put it in there, mix it up and eat that, or open up a can of beans or whatever. You can always do a good job of getting your food. Don't ever starve yourself because you can't get enough fruit. Never starve yourself ever again. Calorie restriction, give it the middle finger, anorexia, whatever, fuck it off. Always choose good quality food. Keep it low fat, low salt, keep it vegan. Fruit's your friend, but failing that, do what you can do. Just be realistic there. Otherwise, you become one of these people who go, oh, I tried to do the fruit thing and now I eat at Denny's, I feel better. And just, you know, there's people out there who starve themselves because they've got some anorexia worshipping the scale number every morning. So they do all this fucking anorexia mindset stuff. And it's self-destructive, man. You can't starve yourself to health. You can't starve yourself to health. And then they, instead of going, admitting it, go, yeah, I had anorexia, I was going for a bit of a phase there, they turn around and go, I wasn't anorexic. I mean, I was eating 4 bananas a day, and no, I wasn't anorexic. I mean, I was like, I couldn't even fucking run around the track and do a sub 70-minute 400. No, I wasn't anorexic. Like, no. It's like, yes, you fucking were. People, what they fucking write on the forums, you know, you read, I got fat on fruit. It's like, you look at their photos and you're like, man, you need some fucking mental help. You need some help. So basically, never starve yourself. Calorie up, carb up, fruit's your friend. Do your best. Educate yourself. Read the books that I recommend. Done. Easy. So never ever starve yourself. I don't want to have anyone have an email and go, Harley, I was starving. It's like, no, don't starve yourself. Have the backup foods and make use of them if you need to. And try and do your best to set yourself up with fruit. Because fruit, fuck man, fruit makes you feel so fucking good when you get enough calories. I feel like I feel like I could lift this house up and throw it or something like that, but I'll probably hurt my back. But seriously, fruit is just like feel good food. Early nights, hit the carbs, hit the water, wake up early, fucking singing with the birds, and I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.